I am currently in Dumbo, just on the other side of the river, making a low-budget independent horror film. As we speak, the Republican convention is taking place across the river. Oftentimes I do work setting up lighting, stage work, etc., for big things like the political conventions. And I am very happy to be over here in Brooklyn making a movie instead of having to be over with the Republican convention at the moment.
Save money to come here. You know, I mean, I'm not, that's a stereotype to think Republicans are all rich and can afford to travel like they please.
There may be thousands of people here who are trying to stop George Bush when George Bush helped, with the help of the U.S. military, depose Saddam Hussein and depose the Taliban. What's wrong with that?
United for peace and justice we are. More than 400,000 today. Hey, hey, still coming down Broadway. Please keep marching down Broadway to Union Square. This is the end of the march.
Right now. And I gotta tell you, the majority of Americans don't like what's going on.
Getting on people here that want to work. They want the government to pay their way.
They didn't care that it was 58,000
You're helping out the Democratic Party, right? You're helping out the Democratic Party.
We want people to know you for what you are. You're Democrats. You should stay in Boston. Stay there.
Is that right? Is that right?
Stay there.
Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Is that right?
But I'll tell you.
Is that right?
I don't support him.
That's a Democrat idiot. See the idiot? I stand behind you.
That's the idiot.
I stand behind you. We stand behind you.
I know. I do too.
Confused. Kind of confused.
I need a big sign that says Bush.
You're not going to find one. You're not going to find one. You're in the wrong state,
But I'll
sir.
tell you, he said 25 million. 25 million.
That's only 2,000 miles away.
And the Democrats know that if they ever allowed free elections in America, everyone would abandon their party. So they are the hardest, the most committed against democracy and free elections in America is the Democratic Party. And, you know, we're trying to make the point to people that by electing Kerry, they're not going to solve the problems Bush is creating. They may even exacerbate them. That until the American people rebel from this two-party, money-run, pro-corporate system, we're not going to be able to make headway, challenging the premises. And we would like to be in the debate so the American people can hear a message pro-peace. But of course, the Democrats are absolutely opposed to allowing a pro-peace and anti-war message to be heard.
So here the elephants are being interviewed by journalists and questioned on their positions on the Bush's administration's policies on the environment, on the economy, on social injustices. And particularly relevant is the Bush's administration's policy of no child left behind, when as the reality is millions of children have been left behind. And in the elephant world, elephants are very, very familial oriented. And if an elephant mother dies, and this is real, the rest of the elephants will adopt that child. And in the elephant world, no children are left behind. But in Bush's world, children are being left behind.
You ever hear the swinging door effect? They're always swinging in. No one's leaving. They're all coming here. I wonder why.
It's so horrible here. Why is everybody still coming here in droves?
You know, millions of people live in poverty in this country.
And we don't try to help them, right? We don't try to help them at all. You know?
Yeah.
You're out of your freaking mind.
Be a citizen.
Get in the real world. Get in the real world.
You should get it.
I've been there. Done a lot. 40 years old.
Does it make you more intelligent?
I'm not saying more intelligent. Being realistic. Being realistic. You're not.
Were you in the service?
I'm in Marine Corps. Beirut, Lebanon.
Okay. That was rough.
It was rough.
Thank you.
Good thanks, mate. I'm doing a heartbeat.
I started thinking, you want to walk over there?
Yeah. Good job. Read the news.
Yeah, read the news. Okay.
Yeah.
Open your eyes and think for yourself.
2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the press and state. Separate the press and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the press and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the press and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the press and state. The freedom of the press. 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 The freedom of the press.
Not clear the street, you will be arrested. Up onto the sidewalk, please. Up onto the sidewalk.
Back. Let's get on the sidewalk. Everybody on the sidewalk, please. On the sidewalk. Everybody on the sidewalk. Guys, we're trying to clear the street. If you can step on the sidewalk, we'd appreciate it.
All processing begins here at the courthouse and doesn't begin at the piers. One of our arguments with regard to the unreasonable delay is that that time spent at the pier is absolutely not only hazardous time, but from a legal point of view, dead time, because the person automatically is being deprived of being promptly identified and promptly brought before a judge.
Repeat after me! Repeat after me! The legal team knows of people inside with injuries.
Knows of people inside with injuries.
Serious injuries.
Serious injuries.
They have asked that people with friends, relatives, whatever inside.
That people with friends, relatives, whatever inside.
Go over there.
Go over there.
There's a lot on you, we appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all take care. Hope to see y'all again soon. First trip to New York, it was great. I like it.
I have never seen so many police in one area in my life. They've been, the presence is amazing, and they have been really kind and very nice. And they're moving everybody along. It's just running very, very well. They've done a great job.
The traffic this week has been pretty light in New York City. It's a big vacation week this last week of the summer, and I think a lot of people did take this week off who lived in the city. So traffic was light. However, there were gridlock conditions throughout Midtown a lot because the taxi cabs couldn't get through 7th Avenue, and 7th Avenue, 8th Avenue was closed, 31st, 32nd, and 33rd Streets closed around Madison Square Garden. So all the surrounding roads like 6th Avenue, 5th Avenue, Broadway were very congested, but overall traffic into the city in the morning was much lighter than normal.
We're in the USS Intrepid. It's a Mitt Romney event. He's the governor of Massachusetts.
And have been challenged. At the heart of our values is the need for education.
No shame. No shame. Look at this yard. No shame. No shame. Whose media? share our fight with you. Garbage. Just garbage. Stupid garbage.
I think that, unfortunately, young people in America are being brought up without understanding what good citizenship is. They show no respect to the President of America. And you cannot really bring up anyone. I don't mean arguing. I don't mean when you say I disagree, but saying F-U-C-K, push, a guy who is 18, 17 years old, who's blind, standing in the street with a slogan like that, and none of people around would come to him and have decency to say, you know, this is the man who was elected by half of America. You should have respect for half of America at least. I see here a type of civil war with no weapons, with no respect for the other side, with dirty slogans, with trash. And you know, this is a city of tolerance. New York should be a city who says, we are tolerant, we accept you, we criticize you with dignity. You know what? America is a rich country, but you are brought up not to have dignity. You can't afford dignity. There are countries which are poor, which cannot afford dignity because they have to compromise a lot. And I think this is what this president presents. He still has some dignity, you know? And maybe I would even, don't know how I will react because I am registered independent, but it's all outrageous when I see all these people around going with, and I don't see anyone protecting him. I'm tomorrow going to come and say, welcome, Mr. President.
I came about volunteering because I saw Ed Koch in the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, and he was promoting New Yorkers to be a volunteer. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican or whatever, but be a nice New Yorker. I'm a nice New Yorker. I welcome people to come to the city and feel comfortable.
We need to get back to where America was as a leader, and if we need to get a new leader, then that's what we got to do.
But she get mad at Dr. Geek. How you gonna be mad at somebody you just met? See, that ain't no respect, see? Because you got it back there, bring it here to Broadway. Get on out of the way. So anyway, now let me tell you my Constitution. Let me tell you the revolution. Sir, I don't have a yarmulke on my dome, but I like to say to you, shalom, shalom.
You know, let's get our priorities straight, America. Because that date, this war is costing us $135 billion, $750 million, $197, $98, $200,000 and some dollars, and still counting. You look at it up there.
We are staying on the offensive, striking terrorists abroad, so we do not have to face them here at home. Strategy is succeeding. 4 years ago, Afghanistan was the home base of Al-Qaeda. Pakistan was a transit point for terrorist groups. Saudi Arabia was fertile ground for terrorist fundraising. Libya was secretly pursuing nuclear weapons. Iraq was a gathering threat, and Al-Qaeda was largely unchallenged as it planned attacks.
Out there. Let freedom ring, 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 ring. It's a bad boy. Ring, 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 the bridge. Hey. Work. Second verse is called My Country. My Country, that's the name of it. Second verse. Hillary, 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 come on, Hillary, Hillary, Gary, Hillary, Hillary, Gary, 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 Gary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, oh great, oh, I'd like to do another political song. I think that was a protest song. This song is called I'll Always Love My Mama, but I changed it. Hope you like it. I'll always love my country. She's my favorite girl.